In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on July 2nd, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Marlins versus Washington Nationals. The Miami Marlins take on the Washington Nationals on Saturday afternoon in the second game of a 4-game set in the nation's capital. The Marlins seized the series opener on Friday night, winning 6-3 behind 5 strong innings from Trevor Rogers and a 12-hit offensive attack that included a Brian Anderson home run. Both teams have struggled to get much traction in the National League East, with Washington buried in the basement at 20 games back of first-place New York, and Miami in fourth, 12.5 games back. Daniel Castano will toes the rubber for the fish in this one. He will be opposed by Jackson Tetrold for the Nationals. Neither of these clubs has impressed much to this point. The Nationals have embraced a full rebuild and appear several years away from contention at this point, while Miami's young pitching staff has failed to live up to the hype. With that said, the Marlins have absolutely dominated the head-to-head between these two clubs, going 9-1 in their first 10 meetings this season. That stat makes the Nationals a next to impossible play Saturday night. The Nationals' offense has been trending in the wrong direction, scoring 3 or less in 7 of their last 9. For all their issues this season, the Marlins have had no trouble dealing with the Nationals this season, as they are better in every facet. Look for Castano to continue his impressive run with another strong start. So the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. Pitching has been the main problem for the Nationals, but this is also not a good offense with a 97 WRC plus on the season. Even though Miami can hit some, losing the 139 WRC plus of Kishom Jr. plus Solar's 13 homers certainly weakens the lineup for this series, so neither offense can be counted on much. Tetrold has shown potential, allowing just 1 earned run in his last 2 starts spanning 13 innings while doing a good job of limiting walks. Neither of these offenses jumps off the page, with the Marlins ranking 14th in runs scored and the Nationals ranking 23rd. While the Nationals pitching staff ranks among the worst in the league, the jury is still out on Jackson Tetrold, who has performed decently over his first 3 starts. Prior to busting out for 6 runs on 12 hits on Friday, the Marlins' offense had generated an average of just 2.7 runs per contest in the 7 games prior. The Nationals have scored 3 runs or less in 7 of their last 9. The under is 7-2 in the Nationals' last 9 games and 4-1 in the Marlins' last 5. Castano versus Tetrold doesn't necessarily scream pitcher's duel, but Castano's been a nice addition to the Marlins in a starting role, and Tetrold has bounced back nicely from a rough debut. I believe that the runs will go back to coming at a premium here. These starting pitchers are good enough to handle a pair of shaky offenses, leading to a low-scoring affair here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Oakland Athletics versus Seattle Mariners. The Oakland Athletics face the Seattle Mariners, with both teams looking to rebound from difficult starts to the season. The Athletics have a 25-53 record and are in last place in the American League West Division, while the Mariners have a 37-41 record but have won back-to-back series to gain ground in the division. For the upcoming game, the Athletics will turn to Paul Blackburn as their starting pitcher, while the Mariners hope George Kirby can bounce back from a start where he allowed 7 runs. The Mariners are 8-2 in their last 10 overall and are 8-2 in their last 10 games on grass. The Mariners are also 8-2 in their last 10 games versus a right-handed starter. The Athletics are 3-8 in their last 11 games after losing the first 2 games of a series, and are 3-8 in their last 11 Saturday games. The Athletics are also 15-44 in their last 59 overall. The Athletics were impressive by getting the win here, but should fall in this next game, as the Athletics are 2-8 in the last 10 meetings in Seattle. The Mariners are 6-1 in their last 7 versus American League West. The Athletics are looking to climb out from last place in the division and look to pull off the upset and provide great odds in the process as road underdogs. The problem is that the Mariners have played significantly better in the recent games and look to control this game from the first pitch. The Mariners should drive in runs throughout the game, with Julio Rodriguez, Eugenio Suarez, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact against Paul Blackburn and the rest of the Athletics pitchers to circle the bases at will. The Mariners should also limit the Athletics lineup, which is only scoring 3.21 runs per game, with George Kirby pitching multiple strong innings to hand the ball over to the bullpen with a comfortable lead. The Mariners should have another strong game at home, so the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. The Athletics should play multiple base runners against George Kirby, who allowed 7 runs in his previous start with Seth Brown, Ramon Laureano, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact and powering the ball throughout the game. The Mariners, who average 4.03 runs per game, should run up the score with Julio Rodriguez, Eugenio Suarez, Cal Raleigh, and the rest of the lineup swinging for the fences and making hard contact against Paul Blackburn and the entire Athletics pitching staff. Paul Blackburn has allowed 34 hits and 15 runs in his last 26.1 innings, and George Kirby has allowed 31 hits and 14 earned runs in his last 27 innings. Two pitchers who are in rough shape at the moment. Both lineups have struggled this season, making it easy to think that the upcoming game will be a low-scoring one. However, this is a low total and both teams look to step up and drive in runs against two struggling starting pitchers. This should be a high-scoring game with both lineups stepping up. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Rangers versus New York Mets. The Texas Rangers have been doing decently well thus far as they are climbing back to .500 so far right now. Left-hander Martin Perez has the ball here and picked up a victory over the Kansas City Royals as he went 6 innings and gave up 4 runs on 7 hits with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. The New York Mets have been struggling lately, but are still holding on to the top of the National League East so far. Righty Trevor Williams will be on the mound for the Mets as New York juggles its rotation after Chris Bassett's late scratch on Friday night. The Mets rotation was thrown a curveball on Friday as Chris Bassett went on the injured list. David Peterson was bumped up a day to start on Friday, thus leaving an opening on Saturday. Trevor Williams will fill that void, but he has done a good amount of work out of the bullpen lately. Williams did allow 3 runs over 4 innings in his last start against Houston. For the Rangers, Martin Perez has been a little inconsistent lately, but has had a good year. Perez allowed 4 runs over 6 innings against Kansas City last time out. The Texas Rangers have been doing all right while the New York Mets have been playing well throughout the 2022 season without their top 2 starting pitchers so far. Williams has made 2 starts this month and gone a combined 9.1 innings. In those 2 starts, the Mets are 1-1. Martin Perez was dominant through much of the first 2 months of the season but has tailed off a bit lately. He has a 3.9 ERA in their previous 5 starts so far while having a .315 batting average against. Attacking the starting pitchers is important to victory as the Mets are averaging 3.3 runs per game between innings 1 to 6 while the Rangers are scoring 2.92 runs per game in the same innings. The New York Mets are the better team here. Perez has had success this season and I believe that there is good value on him and the Rangers in this game. So the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. The Rangers are averaging 4.39 runs per game and 4.68 runs per game on the road. They averaged 4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mets. With New York giving up 3.58 runs per game at home, the Rangers will be held under their average in this game. The Mets are averaging 4.82 runs per game and 4.94 runs per game at home. They averaged 3.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Rangers. These offenses have been doing well, but Trevor Williams and Martin Perez have been pitching well enough to keep the runners out of scoring position. Looking at the offenses of these teams in the previous few games, the Rangers are averaging 5 runs per game in their last 11 games, while the Mets are scoring 3.55 runs per game in their previous 11 games. Both bullpens have been doing pretty well as Texas is 9th in the majors with a 3.4 reliever ER so far, while New York is 13th in the sport with a 3.7 bullpen ER as of the making of this video. The Mets and Rangers played under the total in their last 3 innings. With Texas giving up 4.08 runs per game on the road, the Mets won't score enough runs to push the score over the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.